Right on. We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, Bruce Campbell.
Hello. Yeah, right here
Good
when we
morning.
get here.
Yeah,
Cool
good
as
morning.
that.
Good morning.
You were just sitting here by yourself as we were finishing at the other
Yes.
joint. Yeah.
In front of our festive
The studio audience.
Halloween
studio
crowd
audience.
we have over here. Oh, there they go. Look at they're clapping like it's Wonderama.
Hey, Bruce reminded us the last time he was on the show, which is way too long.
2001,
Yeah, I
I
know.
think.
It was a few years ago,
that's a
yeah.
while ago.
2001, and what was happening for?
Montana Gunn, the actress,
Yes.
with quotes, was in your studio, naked, as I recall, and she was shoving ice cubes up her butt and projectile shooting them out of her butt. And I believe you ate the ice
yeah, Jim
cube.
Norton was eating the ice cubes.
that was the day Jimmy.
I didn't know Bruce was in for
But
that.
it was fun to
famous
watch
bit.
Bruce just reach for my name and not be able to get it. He's like, it was.
That
You.
guy. Yeah, but
I couldn't be happier.
But I got to tell you, the gross part was not spitting the ice cube out the butt. It was you catching it
Yep.
and putting it in your freaking mouth. What's up with that?
It was delicious.
I did that in Thailand, and then I got sick because they got bad water out there.
Yeah, it was the water.
That was the thing that was so
So
bad.
I guess that's a lesson to all the listeners. Do not catch an ice cube that's been projectile out of someone's
Now,
butt.
that was on regular radio, and
Yeah.
that was 2001. Just to bring you up to speed, yesterday we had a strippers coming in and stripping. They weren't allowed to be naked. So the rules have changed. Thank God for satellite radio. I was telling Bruce, sometimes we listen to the replays and we hear these bits, and we're like, there's no way we did that on regular
On regular
radio.
radio, yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it's so restricted, you can't do anything really. But here, hey.
Anything goes. So if you
anything
want to get
goes.
naked and then
Whatever,
shoot ice cubes
shoot
out your
ice
butt.
cubes, whatever you want to do,
I
Bruce.
am naked right now.
See, you can just tell the people that, and
Exactly.
they'll believe it.
And Anthony, very excited that Bruce Campbell's in. We're all excited, but
Yes.
especially Anthony because he brought in like an action figure.
He got
Anthony,
the figure. He's got the big fat ash.
The
He-
big
he's got
fat
it.
ash, exactly.
Anthony never
Yeah.
brings anything in. He rarely gets pictures with celebrities, but he was so excited and
And I'm not a collector of things like that. It has nothing to do with that because I'm sure you've seen the people that come with the pristine box and they're
No,
like,
they get crabby too because if you don't sign it in the right place,
Right,
you're
right.
an asshole.
they go,
I mean-
you're the asshole.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
What are you doing?
Oh no, I've had
Fucking
a guy,
ash.
I've had a guy go, oh no, not there. Oh no, not there. Oh no, not there. I'm like, dude, show me.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
All right, you know what? You sign it.
You said it exactly.
You sign it. Yeah, so I have one of these big 18-inch high fucking ash action figures. It's great. All articulated
I
joints.
signed his thigh. His thigh is now signed.
And the thigh is signed with a nice silver Sharpie. And that thing, I took it out of the box. I'm not one of these, keep it in the box. Take it out of the box so you can display the goddamn
Now,
thing.
what are you going to do
ruined
with
it
it?
by
Where-
taking it out
where
of
are
the
you gonna
box,
put
though.
it?
That is
Yeah,
going
it's
to
just
take
lost a lot of value there. It's got no resale.
Yeah.
Yeah, no resale value now.
None.
It's going to take a place of honor in my office
Next
now.
to
Next to probably
Hang
next
on,
to
hang on.
some piece of Hitler memorabilia.
You have
or-
an office?
You should have asked that,
no,
Bruce.
actually, no, I do have an
What
office
do you have an office for?
to jerk off to porn on the computer
yeah.
on a very nice,
And look
expensive.
at
you got to have a
Guns.
quiet place to do that.
Yes,
That's
you
right,
do.
I understand.
Look at my guns and not think about suicide.
Because look at me, I have no taste. I'm masturbating right now.
Yeah,
so it's-
and that's fine. 'cause,
I should be
you-
using your office.
No, not there, not there.
Not there,
no,
not
no,
there.
no, not there, not there. There would be people that come in and want to scoop it up and go, eBay, Bruce Campbell's jizz.
His essence.
Yeah, his essence, his seed, if you will.
His genetic signature.
Good, some other jerk can play ash now.
Yeah, you can just clone people. You, Halloween, of course.
Halloween, New York
Time
City,
you,
man. You don't get any crazier than that.
Yeah.
I want to
it's-
see that parade.
Do you?
It's my favorite opportunity because there's 4,000 cops on every corner.
Yeah.
Is coming up to him and going, I got to tell you, man, that is a great costume. And, you know, some guys laugh and some guys go, get the fuck out of here. Move
Hey,
it.
Hang on,
that gun looks
there's
real.
a parade?
Yeah, that gun looks really real.
Go, and then go to grab for it.
Is that real mace?
The only, I think, with the parade, I think the only cop that wouldn't be a real cop that's dressed up is the one you see without an ass on his pants.
The cheekless cop.
Yes, it's the cop from the Village People.
Nice.
Perhaps there was a cop in there.
Yes,
wasn't there?
Victor Willis,
Yeah,
but I
there's-
think he was the only straight one, allegedly. Felipe Rose was the Indian,
Jimmy
as we
knows
all
them all.
know, and I think that they were all. But they homosexuals, Glenn Hughes, and
Apparently.
Only a guy that would
Victor
suck on an
Willis.
ice cube shot from a porn star's ass would know the names.
He would know.
My
the
father
Village
took me
people.
to see them when I was a kid.
For what reason?
I think he wanted to break some news to me as
Just
daddy's
'cause,
roommate. No, he took me to see them, and the opening act was Sister Sledge. We Are Family.
We
was
Are
quite a hit.
Family,
Yeah, we all remember that.
There you go. That's
of course.
fantastic.
How do you know that he wasn't the gay one, the cock?
Because that was knowledge back then that he was a straight. Victor Willis was straight. He was replaced by another guy whose name I
Like
don't
Rock
remember.
Hudson and Freddie Mercury, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, Freddie Mercury had a moustache, you idiot. You don't get more macho than that. He wore leather jackets. He was as straight as they come, Mercury.
As I stroke my mustache.
My brother was so depressed about Rock Hudson. It was the greatest look on his face. I went, Rock Hudson's gay. He went, no, he's not. I went, no, he's like really gay, actually. No. No. Did you hear him talk? Does he sound gay? No, he doesn't sound gay at all. But he's like really gay. No, he's not.
No.
And then he
Complete
died
denial.
of AIDS, and I went, what do you think now? He goes, mistake, a bad needle from something.
Hemophiliac?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone, John, whatever his name, John Shuck from Macmillan and Wife gave it to him. I'm sure it was him.
Doris Day had AIDS. She passed it on. We always know she was riddled. She used to fuck people and say "que sera" afterwards.
God.
Yeah, there was we would talk about like Liberace would go on some of these talk shows, and Regis Philbin is a guy who has no clue if someone's gay or not. They'll come on the show, and like years ago, Liberace would come on, and he'd be like, "So Lee, because they could call him Lee, all his friends. Lee, when are you gonna finally settle down and find a woman? The women love you, Lee. Why don't you settle down?
I'm just so busy.
I know, my favorite. I just finished reading a Cary Grant book, and there was a point where Cary Grant and Randolph Scott were roommates. They were both making $5,000 a day, in Hollywood in the 30s.
Wow, nice
No, we're bunking together to save money. We're just a couple of bachelors trying to, make ends meet. I'm like,
And then the newsreel guy, well, ladies, these two men are free all the time. They're with each other always and looking for a fine lady. Really? Yes. Yeah. There was a story about two guys. They were, what were their names? Elmer
And
Elmer and
Gus.
and Gus.
One of our favorite stories
And
ever.
they were real old. They were like in their 80s or something, and they finally were able to get married, I guess, in one of the states. And they had been in World War II together. And all we could think about was how the newsreel footage would be like, they're home from war, ladies, and they're sure keeping their eye open for you.
you're just saying for that saltpeter in their dinner.
Yeah. They hadn't touched the girl even in France. Just not having a clue. Their arms are around each other. Buddies till the end. Yes. I'm sure during the war they had each other's backs.
Talk about a foxhole.
Yeah. One foxhole for these two.
Hey, Cary Grant was gay? Dude, I didn't know
Cary
that.
Grant, he sort of liked a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I always thought Cary Grant was the
Cary-
ladies' man. wasn't
Cary
he?
Grant, no, he would hang out with gorgeous women and drive them insane because he would not sleep with them.
Ah.
So maybe he was gay.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah,
wrong.
because he was with pretty much every leading lady, and
Yeah.
for some reason they never managed to hook up.
Love that voice. That's great.
Because him and Randy
I thought
were
he had
doing the
kids
one
and everything,
thing.
Cary
Yeah.
Grant, didn't he? I thought he had a family.
He does, of course, but that's how
That
you
didn't
used to
mean
do
anything.
it in the old days.
Yeah, you have
I
the
need
kid,
a
you
child.
suck the
I gotta
cock
get
on the
me
side.
a kid.
Nowadays they call it the DL. Keeping it down on the DL.
Wasn't James Dean was gay as well? Is that true?
Really?
James Dean? I don't know. Never
I'd,
heard
not hear
I'd,
that.
I'd heard rumors that
Look
he
at us just outing old Hollywood
No,
things.
I heard rumors that he was
That Spencer
called
Tracy
his-
was a fruit. He
Jane
was a
Mansfield
freak.
was a dyke, and she threw her head into another pussy. That's what happened.
No, his nickname was the Ashtray. He used to like to go to parties and get cigarettes put out in his ass. His nickname was the, Ashtray. You Google it. James Dean the Ashtray. Google it. I'm not making these
I'm
things
gonna
up.
go to Snopes and see if
They
that's
probably
true.
called him that because some girl kissed him and he had smoked it and he tasted like
Yeah.
one. And then as years go on, I like guys to put cigarettes out in his asshole.
But James Dean's last alleged girlfriend was the woman who played Seinfeld's mum on Seinfeld.
That sounds like.
It's true. It was in a documentary.
Yeah,
She-
Marilyn Manson was the little kid's best friend.
Hey,
on,
he read it on the internet.
No,
It
I
has to
didn't
be
read
true.
it.
It's
It
gotta
was
be
on
true,
it was
right.
on a biography
It was on a
channel.
blog.
She was young. It was a documentary about him. The guy. They even mentioned in the Seinfeld
She was
extras.
actually hot?
No, she wasn't hot. That's why he was gay. Is people not keeping up with what I'm saying? He dated that big-nosed woman. He was obviously gay.
So when he was in Giant with Rock Hudson, what was going on that set? Come on.
my God.
Come on, guys. Seriously.
Oh, my God.
You know something? I didn't even think of that.
Huh?
Yeah, no. They
was
were
that trailer
69
rocking,
in
Don't
each
Come
other.
A-Knocking?
Yeah.
There was scrotes on foreheads in that movie.
Oh, baby.
It looked like the scene where they hit a gusher, only in white.
Yeah. Elizabeth Taylor was paying him to do awful things in the corner. Why she just flicked
now
herself
that
off
we've
going, I'm
outed-
never going to marry either of you. You're nothing to me.
Now that we've outed all of Hollywood.
I'm telling you, James Dean was gay.
All right, we're going
Was
to look
he?
into that.
Who else, Bruce?
Yeah.
Who else
Very,
is gay?
very artistic.
I'll think of many gay people and bring
I'm
them
just
up.
surprised. Like, I didn't know
that's
Gary
what,
Beck.
that's what Bruce does. Just goes around and outs people.
Yeah, I got
That's
a big
your new
list
thing.
and I dole them out.
Yeah, one by one.
Yep. Because they owe me.
What are you in town for?
In town
sir?
to do the Dog and Pony Show for a new film where it's a huge stretch. I play myself in a movie called My Name is Bruce. So it's a very strange parallel universe version of My Worst Nightmare Come True.
And what would that be?
He's kidnapped by fans to help fight a monster.
All right, that sounds fucking cool.
In a small town in Oregon called Gold Lick, Oregon, teenagers have unwittingly released Guandi, the Chinese god of war.
Not Guandi.
Guandi.
Holy shit.
He's 9 feet tall, has a flowing white beard, glowing eyes, and he has a staff with a sword on the end, and he'll just take your head right off.
They are already pumping out action figures for this
Yeah,
guy.
baby. So basically, it turns out to be a massively bad idea to get Bruce Campbell to fight monsters because the real Bruce Campbell doesn't know shit from Shinola.
Right.
and
Oh, come on.
Well, you'll see.
That sounds really funny.
We'll see. The reviews have been, how do we put this?
Stellar?
Gay.
They've been, they were gay and elitist reviews.
Really?
they were.
Yeah,
You know-
mostly elitist.
Fuck them.
Thank you.
That's what I say.
Thank you for saying that.
Because that does sound like a great
I
premise for a
felt
movie.
good by getting those shitty reviews, because I went,
Yeah.
now it's going to make money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, now because the critic.
Because if you get
I
that thing,
hate
it's
critics.
a triumph.
Yeah.
Run
It's a
from
triumph.
the movie. Yeah, a triumph. Don't see any movie that says it's a
Those
triumph.
snarky jizz buckets are the same ones that thought The English Patient was fucking fantastic.
That's the worst
Except
film
for that
ever. isn't it?
goddamn bore fest.
Oh,
worst.
my
Could
God.
Well, this movie's short. It's like 84 minutes of stupid farty jokes, you know. So it's
I'm fine with that. Thank God.
in these troubled times, we need things to take our minds.
That's what it should
where
say.
we
In
are.
these troubled times, we need something to take our mind. And then it's just like Bill's blog page, MySpace thing. Like, we always know the reviews are really bad when they just have like great movie. Tom down the street.
Yeah, WOO whatever.
Yeah, it's some radio station guy you never
Shittville,
heard of.
Kansas.
If you only see one movie a year, that one.
Yeah, see this one.
We should
and,
enter,
it's
we
a
should
blind
enter
guy.
that business.
Yeah, let's just give out
we should be
fucking
the review guys. Yeah.
really nice reviews to really bad
Horrible
movies.
We'll
That'd
get
be
some
good.
print out there.
Yeah.
Some marketing for ourselves.
They do pick a lot of shitty ones as shitty ones, but they have this thing with a certain genre where they automatically will look at it badly because they think that you don't have to be smart to enjoy it because they're convincing themselves that they're smart to enjoy certain boring things
Yes.
and saying it's fantastic. They're
Wait, could
fucking
you start
sickening.
over?
No, because I will lose my point immediately.
And his temper.
Yes,
But
you
they
gotta
really
watch
are.
out.
They really are very irritating.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying they're always wrong, but something that can be very entertaining like that, they'll say, "Well,
Yeah.
it's
Well, time sometimes helps because when Evil Dead first came out, the reviews were pretty much like some
Stellar?
of the worst reviews I've ever read in my life. It was two things saved Evil Dead because there was an Atlanta paper. There was a review was the sickest of the sick was the headline,
That's good.
and that Sam Raimi took every bad idea he had and put it into a low budget blender.
That sounds like something I want to see,
Right,
though.
right. My reviews aren't quite that scathing yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, and you know how, like,
And then now it's considered a classic.
yeah, it's a classic. It's a cult film. It's the creepiest. Like, there's some really creepy scenes in that movie. That girl rocking back and forth, giggling.
Well, I think being raped by a vine was pretty offensive.
Yeah,
as well.
that might have been offensive.
She
but
was
hot.
not. She was not injured. She just got a little case of Dutch elm disease.
Is that what happened?
A little bit.
That was the best.
little itch.
Trees are so hard to make interesting in a film. The
Yeah.
point of the Evil Dead pull it off. What a fucking brilliant concept. Trees don't do anything. All right, how do we make one rape? I don't know. Let's sit down and work that out.
Let's figure that out.
Yeah, let's draw the storyboards up.
But those things just became cult classics.
On my road trip, I just passed by the original cabin.
Really?
It's in Morristown, Tennessee.
Do a lot of people know where it is and get pictures by it? Or?
I just at the last signing I was at recently in Dallas, a guy puts a big rock on the table. I'm like, okay, Fred Flintstone, what do you want me to do here? Shove this up your ass.
There.
What am I going to do with this? Oh yeah, sign this rock. What is it? It's from the fireplace. The what? The cabin's fireplace. Where'd you get this? I snuck onto the property and got it. I'm like, dude, you're going to get buckshot right up the ass because this is Tennessee. They don't call 911.
No, they'll fucking shoot you.
Oh, baby.
It would have been great if he said, what is this? It's the rock, and when you sign it, I'm going to bash your head in with it. And have
Put an X right here.
And have Bruce Campbell's blood and his signature on it.
It's bizarre. It's a 20-acre parcel that's never been touched since the movie, and that was 1979. You can actually go back.
You would think there would be, like, enough fans would have gone there and
They have slowly been, and it's on the internet a little bit, turn here, turn there, go here, go there, but...
Yeah.
Just be very careful.
Is it a creepy feel, that place, though?
Completely.
It is.
Yeah, because a cabin, because supposedly a woman there was a storm. She had her whole family was killed during a storm when she was a girl in the cabin in the 30s. So then she was in a rest home, and every time there was a horrible storm, she would go out and wander in the woods. And the cops came to our cabin one night when we were shooting saying, have you seen an old lady
Holy shit,
wandering in the woods?
on.
She tries to go back and find the cabin whenever there's a horrible storm. God. So we were like...
And her hand was a hook.
She walked with a limp. Yeah, so it has some strange history. And then it actually burned down. I went to visit the cabin about 6 months after we were done shooting, and someone had piled up they had made a fire in the middle of the wooden floor in the main room, and it burned a little bit of it. I'm like, it's only a matter of time. A couple years later, it burned down. So really, the chimney is the only thing that's left. That's why people are pulling chunks of the chimney out.
Okay.
The original. If you ever watched the
shame.
DVD of the first one they made, I'm all of a sudden the guy sitting next to you.
Yeah, hi.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
The first one, the original, the DVD with his commentary is really great.
Oh,
You
yeah.
find out how they used, like the upstairs of the cabin, and then the basement was somewhere like hundreds of miles away or something. Like
Yeah, it was in there. The upstairs was in Tennessee. The downstairs was in Marshall, Michigan.
Right.
Wow.
So, the magic of motion pictures.
Wow.
Somebody pointed
I
out.
hope you shot it all at once.
Somebody pointed out to me that in Evil Dead 2, every single person in the movie beats the shit out of you at some point. There's
think it's pretty
nobody in
safe
the
to
movie
say,
that
yeah.
doesn't bash you in the head like millions
Well, I
of
thought it was
times.
fun. Sam Raimi goes on to direct The Quick and the Dead. He's got Gene Hackman, Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, Sam, you going to hit them with a fucking 2x4 to get them ready for a scene? You're going to poke Gene Hackman? How are you going to get him motivated? He's like, shut up! And he didn't have an answer, though.
No. The
I love the movies. I'm a big fan.
in Fargo
And Bubba Hotep. Did you talk to him about
we're
that?
going to talk about that.
we're
I
gonna
just
love
want to
that
talk about
movie.
Fargo though for a minute. When you're on the television, when Buscemi is like,
Well, someone's taking a leg and putting it in a chipper in the back.
yeah,
And then inside, the other guy's watching a bad soap opera, which was me in a bad Detroit soap opera from like 1983.
okay. I was wondering if that was an actual
It was
soap
a real
opera.
bad soap opera. A friend of mine was one of the producers, and the Coen brothers were looking for something to show on TV. And my friend went, I know a really bad soap opera that Bruce Campbell was in. And they went, perfect. So it's just a lame argument with me and some
Yeah,
other
you come
actors.
through the static for a few seconds. It's like it's fucking Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. So
What the hell is that
have
young
been in
Bruce Campbell?
I've been in an Academy Award-winning motion picture.
Yes,
Hey, that's
you got
nice.
that
Thank
the
you
resume
very
stuffer.
much for that.
It would be
Resume
fun if you
stuffer.
showed up there and demanded your trophy with the rest of the cast. Like just awkwardly, like, we only have 6.
He runs up there. Hey, I'm in this.
Yeah. Drop an F. What the fuck?
Well, I like the 8 guys who go up to get the Academy Award. One guy speaks. The second guy starts to come up. Da, 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 da.
We'll be back with the Academy Awards. What? I don't get
what?
to say shit.
But I...
Yeah, what was that? What was the movie you were just talking about there, Louis C.K., that I could barely see?
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep, right.
Yeah.
Now, I think the ending was ruined on
By Jim
the
Jeffries.
last portion by Jim Jeffries.
No, I was...
Yeah, thanks,
Were
Jim.
you really Elvis in the film?
Was that really Elvis?
Yeah, well, no, not like...
Isn't it left up in the don't choose
No
soda,
question
not,
about it.
Yeah, I thought he was Elvis.
He was Elvis. He's not a crazy guy, no.
He's not a crazy... See, that's what I was saying, and
No.
they're saying, when me saying
The
that,
crazy
I ruined
guy,
the film.
the crazy guy is Ossie Davis saying he's JFK.
I still think he was JFK. I think he was a more plausible JFK than you
Oh,
were.
okay.
No.
So
Because in
what
the movie
is
he says,
crazy?
they dyed me this color.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
actually
one
a
guy
problem.
is
They're
crazy.
doing a sequel.
Are they really?
With I just heard this yesterday. Paul Giamatti is playing Colonel Parker, and Ron Perlman is playing Elvis.
Why aren't you back for that role?
Yeah, you should be back
We
for
couldn't
that one.
agree on a story.
Really? Is this like a
story
Is
of
this like an actual Elvis film? Has it become like Clambake?
It's going to be like clam bake, and I didn't want to be part of it. So it's a long, boring story. So,
You go to a lot of those signing things.
Yeah,
the
conventions, sci-fi,
conventions.
horror,
Yeah. Sci-fi, and
it's where you meet the masses.
they don't bust apart many stereotypes at those things, do they?
No, not at all. And you got to be a little careful too, because fans get crabby really easily.
No, that I don't understand. I would be like
You can't really be making too much fun of them.
Right, because
I'm
they
a
take it a lot
huge
more
fan.
seriously than you ever did.
Yeah, if you say the G word, like you're a geek, then it's like you see their ears get a little red. There can be some violence, some horrible violence, because they're my clients technically. So why would I insult my clients?
Right, exactly.
It's okay for them to make fun of half the movies that I've been in, but I can't say, "Oh, yes, next question from Fat Fuck over there." It just doesn't go over real well.
I wouldn't think it would.
You know, the guy who's smelling his fingers. Yes, you right there. But then you pick on a guy who has zero social skills, and you ask him a question, they go, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "When's the last time you got out of your house?" My fans are cocoons. They're cocooning.
Is that it?
And
They're
they get
just
out.
waiting?
They get out and go on these great journeys across 4 states, and live 7 of them in a hotel room. They do. I've seen them.
It is like the habits of
Bangladesh.
Where,
in
have
that
you gone
room.
back to this hotel room? Have you partied with these people?
You know what? I'll put it to this way. One guy goes, "Hey, Bruce, we got some time in between events. You can chill in my room." I didn't think anything of it because the guy was part of the convention. I thought, okay, he'll have a generic, little cheesy room in the Holiday Inn. I opened up the door. There were like 9 sleeping bags on the floor, with all their stuff piled all over.
It's like the habits of a creature. Like you know.
Yeah, but I can't. So what? I still can't make fun of them because I got a kid in college, so I got to go a little easy on that.
Yeah, right. Sure. You got
bread and
pay
butter.
for that.
So did you sign the sleeping bags? Like, was it?
Yeah,
No, I did
signing
other
everything.
things in those sleeping bags. No one's going to be sleeping in those bags.
There's a nice shit on your pillow.
Those bags
How can I
are
be that?
stuck together like a cheese sandwich.
It really is sometimes a curse because with this show we realize, look, it's mostly a dick fest when we go out.
Take a look
It's
to your
like a
left,
bunch
Bruce.
of guys, and the girls that are there are
yes,
some of them are with some of the guys, some of them are with like us, and the rest of them are just like. No insult, please, but just
Look at this one guy.
just despicable.
Yeah.
Just horrid people to hang out with. They're not fun. They're just like sometimes they smell.
Not
they-
sometimes.
Yeah,
That's why we keep
pretty much
buying
all the
glass.
time.
I've got a new.
They don't shut up. I love this fan the most. I don't want to bother you. Just want to quickly say I love what you do. I
don't want to be that
I love
guy.
this. I don't want to be that guy, but thanks for what you do. Hey, man, thanks a lot. One more thing. It's just fantastic. And then it's one more thing for the whole fucking night.
Well, no, you get a letter, though. I'll get emails through my website, and there's always what they're going to get. You're going to get the first paragraph. Loved you in Maniac Cop. Loved you in Assault on Dome 4. I'm like, well, really? That was a piece of shit. Anyway, loved you in Terminal Invasion. I'm like, well, what? And then the next paragraph is now what I have to do in return.
Right.
So, would you mind
you owe
signing
him.
these 2 3x5 cards for my personal collection? Not there, not there,
Not there, and no names.
And they would give sometimes in a black pen. They would request. So there's always a trade-off. I rarely get the, hey, you were great in McHale's Navy. Well, no one says that anyway. But you never just get the compliment. You got there's a little bit of a monetary dealio.
Quid pro quo.
Exactly.
I've got a new problem on the road because my last special I closed with this whole thing about how I like older women more than young women.
Oh, fuck.
It's the dumbest thing I ever did. You idiot. It's the dumbest thing I ever did.
No one likes that.
No, the girls in their 20s.
A bunch of cougars chasing your ass.
Oh, yeah. They're not, I wish they were cougars. That's kind of like a sexy idea. I get these leathery...
Come on, a MILF is a MILF, man.
These leathery women with turquoise jewelry.
I love you. I love it. I love your show.
And a scented business card, and they go, this
Smoking a Chesterfield.
Oh, God.
Do you really prefer older women?
Well, I had an ideal in my head that, women that are, like, in their 40s are sexy because they're, but I'd much rather fuck a 16-year-old.
Exactly. I always laugh whenever there's a guy and he's like 40s, and then like some woman would go, "Oh, he's going through a middle-age crisis because he drives a sports car." The only middle-age crises that exist in this world are earrings and ponytails.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the reason you bought a sports car is because your whole life you couldn't afford one, and now your kids
cleared the funds.
and now. You want to?
You cleared the funds
for that midlife crisis. You want to drive
no,
one.
but guys,
look, I have an opposite
The reason
theory.
you want to fuck a 22-year-old, you've always wanted to fuck a 22-year-old. You're going to want to do it when you're 80.
You
And
want
now you
your
got enough money to.
Yeah, exactly.
you want your dirty sperm in a young womb.
That's normal, man.
There's nothing middle-aged
normal.
about that. That is just an ambition to reach.
But I have a different
What's
theory.
your theory?
I have a different theory. I live in rural Oregon, where if you don't have a truck, you got nothing.
An animal
Right.
fucking going on up there, too, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's another whole show. This is my needle dick theory. It's the larger the truck, the smaller the penis.
Yeah.
Because they got to get something else going because nothing else is working for them.
Right.
And it's these little fucking Napoleons driving around
Yeah, we
with
used
the
to
big
have a-
hat, the shotgun, the dog, and all that crap. And I think it's because they can't get it up.
Well, it's a weird one, too, is
Yeah.
the little tiny rich ladies driving giant vehicles, too. There's
Yeah,
a lot
they've
of
started
little,
doing that.
really, really small fucking rich ladies in like fur coats driving
They wanna feel
massive
protected.
Yeah.
like Escalades.
When Louis, when you went into that part of your act, I was watching, and I'm like, and it hit me going, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Like you're talking about 20-year-olds like they're pieces of shit, and then he's saying, these older women are so sexy and everything, and I was like, he's fucking himself
Yeah, I
over
had
so
no idea.
badly now.
It's the only time in
Can
my
I buy you a drink?
Yeah,
At
it's the
bar?
only time
And
I've wanted to say these are just jokes, folks.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
mean
a
anything.
joke, please.
Let's have a Cosmo.
Yeah. Will you buy me? So buy me a Manhattan.
No.
How about a slow gin fizz?
God.
shit.
And they come up to me
Already?
with purpose, like you and me have a connection. Do you
Yeah.
know that we have a connection? I'm like, we don't have a connection.
No connection.
We don't have a
My
connection.
fist to your teeth.
They get all mad when they see you wheeling out with some young girl.
Oh, yeah.
We
But
both
that's
care
not
for
what
your
he
daughter.
said. That's not what he said.
You should tell him you were lying on your DVD. Just
I
a
should.
little
I
thing
should
at
say,
the end.
yeah.
Look, I was
We're
just making
getting
jokes here.
we're getting a communique. Bruce has to go, which sucks ass.
He doesn't have to go.
I know.
Your time is up.
He's very busy. It's Halloween, and he's an icon.
It's a busy time of year for the horror guys.
It certainly is.
Yeah, this is like our Christmas, kind of.
Before anything else, though, could you pass this because I'm not getting
Yes.
fucked out of a cool autograph.
Indubitably.
I want a
And
picture
Bruce,
with this
how many
motherfucker.
Sharpies did you sign?
This motherfucker.
Who's got a camera? Because I want a
I
picture
care where
with
you
this guy.
sign it. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Hey, as he signs that,
Can we
I
play the scream?
there's a
Oh,
screen.
Yeah,
That's
and I was
awesome.
saying that scared the fuck out of me this
Can
morning.
I just say
going to
one
my
thing
car.
about the
I hit it
movies?
accidentally.
I know the most boring thing to do in an interview is like doing a Chris Farley. I love that part. Thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Do
but
it.
in Evil Dead 3, when you're trying to undo the spell by saying the magic words,
Oh, yeah.
and he mumbles like as if the
'Cause he doesn't know
spirits
the
of
last
the
one,
dead
yeah.
would go like, "Hey, I'll give it to
That
him."
was close enough. Yeah, close
Glad
enough.
to,
Yeah.
whatever.
And then
Necktie.
basically that leads to the deaths of about 250 innocent people.
Because he just wasn't fucking listening.
I want to go to, I'm gonna
Now
go
that's a hero.
I want to go to Mike in Florida really fast. Mikey,
Mike?
we're saying goodbye to Bruce Campbell. But what do you got?
All right. Hey, Bruce, I'm a huge fan.
How you doing, man?
but
You must be a
boy-
fine man.
But Bruce, you in your autobiography, in the last 5 chapters, you bring up O&A in it.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, no, I talked about the.
Yeah.
You guys are in my the
cool is
paperback
that?
version of the book.
Yes.
because I was talking about the classy things that happened on the tour.
Yes, that's right. And he brought up the fact that the stripper being in there and
With the ice cubes? How we started?
yeah,
it?
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that,
And I described the sound. I had to, when you write, you have to describe everything.
Yeah, sure.
So I had to describe the sound of an ice cube coming out of the butt. And it turned out.
had to.
I just spell
Say
it.
the word S-P-O-R-T.
Sport.
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 So it's like
Not with my accent.
Sport.
and that was it. That was the sound that it made. So I had to
That's
communicate
pretty cool,
that.
man. We didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, you
that
guys
until
are
today. That's
immortalized
awesome.
in print.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you, Bruce.
Very
Campbell.
very flattering portrayal. Very unlike the real
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
We'll take
that was our
anywhere we
old
can.
days. We're much more classy
Yeah.
now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Roland is freaking out. We
See,
got
I
to
wanted,
get
Bruce,
it.
to, I
Best
wanted
of luck.
Bruce to sign this in silver, but the silver wasn't good. So can I get it signed
The
in
silver ain't got no juice,
Oh,
man.
God, look, he's doing the same fucking thing that
silver's got
the
no sperm.
assholes
There we
do.
go.
Got the camera.
It's-
Roll.
yeah,
No,
Jimmy's not even
Don't
joking.
sign it there. Don't sign it there.
No, not with that.
Thank you, Bruce.
All right, guys.
So wait,
You tell him goodbye. I'm getting a picture with
Yeah,
him
baby.
and the action figure.
Yeah, we do that.
I want to get involved.
It's very unprofessional. You should just let
Everyone
him
else, out of the fucking picture. Don't fuck this up. What is that about?
If I can get one, can you
know.
sign it?
All right.